Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the day. I don't know why this happens. Every now and then I just get a case of just laughing. I don't know why. Take two. Forget it. That's not going to work. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Perfect for a Monday morning. Perfect, perfect, perfect. My one meal today is going to be with my brother Vincent. We are going to be meeting at Cracker Barrel. And that's going to be fun looking at that menu to see what I can eat off of that. And then we're going to the auto auction. So I might be getting another vehicle, just something different. Something different. I like my main car, but my little tool around car, I want something different. So we'll see what I come up with. Also, season 1 of the Daybreak Show is coming to an end. It's going to end around Memorial Day. It will go in a different direction for the summer, and then it will pick up for the fall for season 2 of the Daybreak Show. Over the summer, not quite sure yet. I have some things I'm bouncing around, being that it's nicer weather and I like being outside. And I will be coming off of monk mode. The vision is becoming clearer. I hope it is for you. For those of you that are on monk mode or modified monk mode. True monk mode would be that you're not even watching any media whatsoever, including your phone, your PC. So I'm assuming most of you that are participating are doing modified monk mode, which is what I'm doing. But I'm thinking a different series just for the summer to switch things up a little bit. And then pick up Daybreak in the fall. A lot going on this summer. Let's get started here. Don't rock the jukebox. I want to hear George Jones. My heart ain't ready for the Rolling Stones. Alan Jackson, 1991. I went through my chasing cheerleaders stage, the Playmates stage, then the supermodel stage, and then the me stage, and then more of the me stage. The result? The best version of me so far in my life. Want to get better? Stop chasing people and chase excellence. Ever have buddies that you drank and got high with, and then you quit? When you get back with them, they seem kind of hearted, don't they? It's weird. You seem like you moved way beyond them. It's called growth. That's called being the best version of yourself. That's called shedding your old skin and becoming a new you, which you can do. You watch this for that reason. There's things that are more entertaining out there. There's things that are funny, like knee slapping funny. There's things out there that will fuel your anger. This is not one of those channels. Imagine two people pursuing excellence and then finding each other. That would be an unstoppable team, wouldn't it? Many people quit before they get to that point. Many women want out before they truly become a team with their man, with their husband. Sometimes change takes years, sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes a decade. Ladies, don't give up on your man. Build him up, boost him up. Even though I teach men to be self-sufficient when it comes to motivation, and I know there's ladies watching this, encourage your man. Build him up. Come on, he's that sexy guy, that smart guy that you married or have been with for a while. Build him up. You won't regret it. Don't quit on him. Don't be a quitter. An Untuck It style short sleeve button down shirt made with a little bit of stretch material, the right cut and the right fit. Killer. Making eyes at someone. That's an older phrase for flirting or showing another person that you are sexually attracted to them. As in, someone might say, well, I think she likes me. The other person says, well, how do you know? And the reply is, well, she was making eyes at me. Making eyes at me. You ever look at somebody and smile and just make your eyes brighter, and you stimulate a response in that person, they smile back? Some people are not used to having people smile at them. I mean, if you're in the gym and a woman is doing like a leg press or that weird like thigh machine, and you look at her and make eyes at her, that's probably not a good place to do that. But I'm talking about walking down the street, in a store, while you're shopping, on the sidewalk, in a public place. That's appropriate. That's not creepy. That's being a man. And it's a nice way of communicating in a world of swiping and clicking so fast. No, 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 yes, no, no, no. We couldn't go through that many people in real life if we wanted to. It's very odd. The swiping life, isn't it? When I hear people talk about that, the swiping life. No, no, no. Everybody, including yourself, is a heartbroken heartbreaker at one point or another in their life. However, it's a cycle that you have to consciously stop. You'll unconsciously keep trying to even the cosmic scoreboard every time you get let down or hurt. It is a cycle. And this is going to ring true with some. Stop being a heartbroken heartbreaker. Take a breath, rest for a beat, and proceed. The knee-jerk reaction is not to go out and crush somebody or break some hearts or hurt somebody or use somebody or ghost somebody. You walked into the party like you were walking on a yacht. Your hat strategically dipped below one eye. Your scarf, it was apricot. You had one eye on the mirror as you watched yourself gavotte. And all the girls dreamed that they'd be your partner. Carly Simon, 1971. I am convinced that pornography is psyops. Can you name some other things that you believe are psyops? List it below, please. I would love to see that. I got a lot of response from that on Twitter. For those that you don't know, psyops means psychological operations. Sexual liberation really is sexual slavery, because after a while, you want to get out of that lifestyle. You want to get away from it. What you thought was freedom ends up being a prison. I took a poll. Our involvement in the Middle East is due to 68% said oil, 24% said fighting someone else's war, 3% said our hate of Islam, 5% said freedom. So the largest percentages of respondents said oil and fighting someone else's war in the Middle East. Could be a little bit of both. I think you have to back up and look at a take the long view of what's happening here, we can go into that for days, but I won't do it here. The meatheads in Planet Fitness, a hoodie half on, not like this, but like this. Headphones. In between sets, he's just like dancing in front of the mirror. Okay? That and my Nike Air Monarchs squeaking with every step represented both ends of the douche spectrum yesterday at the gym. Between my squeaking Nike Air Monarchs, with every step it sounded like a duck, and douchebag over there dancing in front of the mirror, muscle douchebag. Just not giving a damn about anybody. Weird, just weird. Definitely hardcore doucheness yesterday, and I contributed to that. My Nike Air Monarchs squeak everywhere that I walk. I thought it was, maybe like when you come in out of the rain somewhere and you're walking on a tile floor, it's like squeak, squeak, squeak. These things squeak if I'm walking on the grass in my backyard. I just don't feel justified to throw them out yet because they're in such great shape. I mean, they're 2 years old, and I haven't wore them except like to work out, but the squeaking drives me damn nuts. My Nike Air Monarchs squeak everywhere I walk. It's embarrassing. It's the last pair I will ever buy. Other people hear the squeak. I hear dad sneaker, dad sneaker, dad sneaker. I can't even look at them now. An unjust law is no law. Saint Augustine. Your plates are what becomes the other woman for the girl you're with. That's my friend Rollo Tomasi. I say diversify those plates, boys. Reading, writing, hobbies, fitness, competitive sports, or activities. Is there another woman? Let me put it this way. If you're married and you spend too much time doing something, your woman will feel that she's being cheated on in a weird kind of way. Like your reading can be the other woman. Or if you're dating. That really is her problem. That's not your problem. You're a well-balanced man. You don't wake up and live for someone else and wonder, gee, what can I do for them today? No one's doing that for you. Be kind to one another. Be considerate. Don't be a dick. But it's okay. This is the beautiful thing about relationship fasting. You're not in each other's breathing space all the time. You're not joined at the hip. There's spaces in your togetherness. Relationship fasting. What a beautiful thing. This picture, fall of 2018, probably my favorite beard length. Looks good with jeans and boots or a suit and tie. Less maintenance than my diminishing hairline. It responds well to oil and balm. And I am growing my beard back for the Warsaw Convention in July. Scrapple and eggs. Scrapple fried in ghee until crispy. Eggs over easy. Himalayan salt, white pepper, a little bit of potassium. Insanely satisfying. That was my one meal yesterday, and it was so magnificent. Magnificent. You didn't stop riding a bike after the first times you fell, did you? You didn't stop having relationships after the first few times it failed, did you? For some, yes, they quit, completely quit relationships. For others, it was an eye-opening experience for, number one, for change. And number two, accurately knowing how life is. You learn through experiences. You're not going to have a 100% positive, successful experience with everything. If you keep failing, you know what all your failures have in common? You like you? Are you a MGTOW person? Are you one of those men going your own way? Could your failure with women have less to do with women and more about your attitude and mindset? I stopped having problems with women. Stopped. I remember when I used to say, "Ah, it's all women." It's not all women. You could say what you want. Look at yourself in the mirror. Everyone that you don't get along with perfectly is a mirror to show you what you need to change in yourself. Now, can someone be a jerk and ghost you, toast you, and just burn you bad? Of course. Of course. And I know there's heartbroken people out there. I know some of you are hurting, been through divorce, separation, as recently as this week, or even last night. Some of you got told last night. The other person said, "I don't think this is going to work." Or you caught them with someone else. That happens to people. You'll be fine. The storm will pass. Go back to some of my older videos and see how you can heal and regroup and rebuild yourself up again. Chemistry is important, but it is overvalued. You can be married to one person, but have pretty convincing chemistry with another person. The difference? Commitment. You are committed to your spouse and partner, so that alone dictates your behavior. I've said this before and I'll say it again. There's joy in commitment. There's joy in commitment. That wouldn't be a real popular t-shirt now, would it? But that's probably one of the truest things you're ever going to hear from this channel. There's joy in commitment. It's not my thing, but many other people do videos about spinning plates, getting laid, picking up people, multiple partners. I speak of traditional values, having children, having a family, and pursuing excellence. And YouTube has found that unsuitable and has demonetized several videos where I talked about traditional values. I guess they'd rather have me talk about Pride Fest or alternative relationships. A little disheartening, isn't it? Stand strong for what you believe. There's a woodpecker right there. Beautiful. Stand strong for what you believe. Don't be a dick about it, but be steadfast. You'll be fine. Yes, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Led Zeppelin, 1971. Many women have done excellently, but you surpass them all. Proverbs 31:29. Where is that woman? The Proverbs 31 woman. Where is she? Read Proverbs chapter 31. You tell me if you've ever met a woman like that, or if there is a woman like that in your household, or are you connected? Read Proverbs 31 and then comment down below. You may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile. You may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife, and you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? The Talking Heads, 1980. I can still smell the incense. I literally, the other day, I just smelled incense. Incense from a church that I used to go to 45 years ago. I just smelled it just, a memory, a smell memory came to me. The exact smell. A lot of research has been done on smells and memory. Look that up. The relationship between smells and memory. It'll blow your mind, especially if you're studying for tests. In Eastern Orthodoxy, there are 7 great mysteries. Among these are Holy Communion, baptism, chrismation, confession, unction, matrimony, and ordination. But the term also properly applies to other sacred actions such as monastic tonsure, or the blessing of holy water, and involves fasting, almsgiving, or an act as simple as lighting a candle, burning incense, praying, or asking God's blessing on food. The Anglican Church is gone as far as I'm concerned. They took the Gloria Patri, the glory be to the Father, and turned it to glory be to the source of all things. I'm not surprised. They demasculinized the Gloria Patri. And there's not a war on men and patriarchs and leaders and even God. Every male running for office till November 2020, next year, has a good chance of being Me Too'd and accused of sexual impropriety somehow, some way. Democrat, Republican, or any party, it doesn't matter. It's not even about party now, it's about gender. Trust me on this. Gay dudes, arrogant motherfuckers, think that they are immune from it. Guess what? That's your Achilles heel. You think just because of your sexual choices that you're going to be immune from being Me Too'd. Sorry, dude. Ain't happening. Right now, women are on the rise, and it doesn't matter who you are or what you do or don't do with your dick, you are going to be demonized. Period. It's better to give a woman what she needs than what she wants. But first, you better know what her needs are. The tobacco pipe, a lone man's companion, a bachelor's friend, a hungry man's food, a sad man's cordial, a wakeful man's sleep, and a chilly man's fire. Christopher Morley, 1918. The shaved head look isn't for everybody who has thinning and or receding hair. Sometimes the half or number 1 clipper guard or blade is good. Kind of a shadow look, that Jason Statham thing. Add a well-detailed or sculpted facial hair to it, and you could have a great look. Part of that is head shape. You need to have a good head shape if you're going to have a chrome dome. Otherwise, the buzzed look is really decent, but make sure your edges are pretty sharp. Make sure that you are lined up and your hair is tapered in the back. Super important, but Jason Statham really is the one that I can think of that has that. I don't think he would look good shaved. Now, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, looks good with a shaved head. Jason Statham, he's got that one clipper, that one guard, maybe even a half, where it's just like a shadow look. And that's also, his beard is also kind of like a shadow beard as well. That's a great look for you. But don't give up. Before you do that, you might just need a decent haircut, and you've been getting the wrong haircut and going to the wrong barber all these years. I can help you with that. A lot of people have been on their period the past few days on Twitter, and I'm talking about the men. Two things make a great haircut. What the stylist or barber does with the Parietal Ridge, which is when I look at this plane right here, and then this plane right here, you have this area here that goes around the head. It's a ridge. It's in the shape of a horseshoe. What a stylist does with that ridge right there determines the entire look of the haircut. If it gets too short, then you end up with this porcupiney, prickly kind of thing. The biggest mistake, the biggest complaint that people have about their hairstylist or barber is this: they cut my hair too short. And that has led people to believe, well, my hair will look good a week from now. Oh, I'm getting married next week, so I should get my hair cut today. No. You know who started that? Barbers who take off too much hair. I don't give, like for me, I don't give delayed reaction haircuts. Like I give you a haircut and then a week later it looks good. I want you to look great from the minute you step out of the chair and when you walk in the door. That's what a good barber does. You don't have to like let it, there's a myth, oh, let it grow in for a week. It looks better after a week. That's because you took off too much hair. Look for a barber who has a lighter hand. A lighter hand. When I trim beards, I've said this before, when I've shaped beards, I've done about 12,000 beards. I have shaped 12,000 beards. Can you fathom that? Now think about this. It's not about how much hair hits the floor. It's about the right hair hitting the floor. Same thing with haircuts. It's not about how much hair hits the floor. It's about the right hair hitting the floor. Second thing that makes a good haircut is what they do with the nape of the neck. If they ever ask you, do you want it squared or rounded in the back? Get out of the chair. Because if that's all they can do is just take the trimmer and just like make a line in the back. Lines are not for everybody. Most people look better with a taper. Most men look better with a taper in the back of their neck, which means it comes up from nothing. But it doesn't go all the way up the head. That taper should not go any higher than the bottom of the ears. So you have about 1.5 inches to 2 inches to taper. It starts from nothing and goes up. Because when that grows in, the hair just grows down the back of your neck the way that hair grows naturally. As soon as you strike a line into something, within 2 days, that line looks a little bit shabby and shaggy and looks like shit. And then the back of your head screams for the next month, I need a haircut. I like to think that when I cut your hair, number one, you're gonna have a couple different styles, formal or informal for whatever you're doing. And two, that in a month, you will just have a fuller version, not a shaggy, shitty version, but a fuller version of the haircut that I gave you. To the point where, because I'm scissor intensive, not clipper intensive, which means I'm not mowing down tons of hair, I cut your hair with scissors, which means the hair lays nicer, it blends better, and the haircuts last longer. People used to laugh and say, what do you mean your haircuts last longer? Hair is hair. Did you ever get a clipper cut where the guy is just like clipping the shit out of your head and then just does a little bit of scissor work on top? Feel your hair. Feels like a pincushion, doesn't it? Get a scissor cut, it's not prickly, it's soft, it lays nice, and it lasts longer because it blends better. Your hair doesn't mushroom out and get puffy around the parietal ridge. I've been teaching this for years. I said it before and I'll say it again. Date long, marry slow, and if you're getting divorced, divorce fast. I'm not telling you to get divorced, but if you're going to, do it fast. Don't drag it out. Date long. Why? Because crazy can show up within 2 years. And if you start making hardcore commitments within a couple years, you haven't seen the full person. People can be on their best behavior for a few dates, but they can't keep that up for months and months at a time. You will see outright hypergamy when it comes to men dating women within 6 to 9 months, right away. It shows itself. That's neither bad nor good. It just is. Like rain is not a bad thing. It just is. You have to be in the house and do something different. It's not a crappy day if it rains. It's only a crappy day if you decide that rain is bad. Hypergamy just is. It is. Understand it. See the world the way it is, not how you want it to be. Men, I want you to see women the way they are, not the way you want them to be or the way they should be, and vice versa. Date long, marry slow, divorce fast. And with that, finish your coffee.